Hey, what's up? I'm back on the tube. I haven't been here for a while, have I? Did a Pokemon stream a month or two ago, I think. But yeah, what's up? We're hanging out. Hello, Josh. How you doing? We just vibe. I think it's just us at the moment. How you doing, Josh? Just vibing. Going to do some Transport Tycoon, a game that I've been horribly obsessed with for 25 years. I remember playing this. Was it New Year's Eve 1997, and I was, I think, 5 or 6, playing this game all night, and I remember playing it throughout the entire night until it ticked over to the new year. And I still play it now, and I still love it, and I'm still not that good at it. You're about to buy some Heelys because you're an adult. Would not recommend. I remember when Heelys were like a big thing back in like 2007. No, before 2005 or 6, the first time they came around. I remember injuring my knee and sitting in A&E, and I had to wait for ages in the hospital to get my like torn ligament seen to, because there were like a million kids who'd all like fallen off their Heelys and they were all like crying with little scraped knees. It was hilarious. But yeah, Transport Tycoon, a game that has ruled my life for 25 years, for most of my entire life. Hello, Daniel. How you doing? We're going to be doing some of that today. I have been playing on the often not used desert scenario over the last couple of days, and I'm enjoying it. Let's just get up some... So we're going quite flat, quite kind of barren, not a huge amount of industries or towns. Can't hear my headset. Hello, Andrew. How you doing? Let me just move the chat, because I think the chat could be a little bit small. It's a bit too big. There we go. Yeah, we're going to do quite a flat terrain today, so not too many towns. It's quite barren and spaced out, so it's nice to kind of work on some big, pretty trains. That's why I like doing this. I don't care about the planes. If you use planes when you play this game, you're playing it wrong. Boats, boring. Vehicles, means to an end. But Terragenesis, absolutely. This game is all about the train, so let's go. So Minecraft ain't got shit on this. This game's from 1995, and it's like procedurally generating this entire world. You can make it as big as you like. I don't like the maps that are too big because it tends to lose focus. I like the smaller maps. This is a small map, and it's still humongous. And you have all of the... If you're not familiar with this game, it's absolutely brilliant. I don't recommend playing it because it will ruin your life. So you've got all these towns and then all of these industries here that you have to connect up with various forms of transport. So starting a new game, at least the first thing I like to do is I want to have a look at where everything is, where the big towns are, where the industries are. So let's go have a look at my industry directory. Let's see, what are the most populous... here we go. What, in terms of production, what are the biggest? See that here? Here we go, right. So I want to see what's bringing all the big bucks in. So we've got this water supply is very big. This one's also pretty big. Oh, they're all pretty big. Oil. I want to look at some farms that are nice and big. So Pruning Head Farm makes a big amount. But I want to try and get a nice little grouping of industries together. Oh, it's like SimCity, but it's way better. It's like SimCity for people who want to stay up all night making little trains. So I love like classic SimCity, like 3000. After that, yeah, not interested. But so I'm having a look around. I want to get a nice cluster of some maize and fruit so I can start producing food, and preferably have a large town near that you can ship it to. So if I look here, there's some big towns, but there's not really much in terms of industry. There's quite a fair bit of water here that might be good for making some early game money. We are in 1965. I like to put it a little bit further along so you don't have to use steam trains, because that's not fun. Oh, that's quite a lot of fruit, and it's near to it's a factory, not a food processing plant though. A lot of fruit around here. A couple farms for some maize, but yeah, the nearest processing plant's all the way up here. But it does have some towns, but they're kind of a bit too close. How Transport Tycoon works... Oh, the soundtrack is incredible on this game. It's like general MIDI, like what's the word I'm thinking of? It's like ragtime, boogie-woogie, kind of really weird, like pre-Beatles 20th century soundtrack, but with like general MIDI. And a bunch of other weird stuff. It's got like a general MIDI grunge track. Yeah, definitely. And that was the same with me with Transport Tycoon for a long time, until you kind of further get into it. And especially as I've gotten older, I've learned how to play this game more correctly, but not as correct. Like, I used to have train tracks, and I just have one train that went all the way to the end and all the way to the back, because I couldn't work out signals. I've now worked out signals, sort of. Still looking for a good place to start. I haven't found anywhere ideal yet. I'm liking all of these. They're these fruit branches, but I haven't really got anywhere to send them. There's a food processing plant here. I'd like a slightly bigger town that was a bit further away though. This is too close. So how this game works, you have to transport things over distances and as quickly as possible. So if I just send all this fruit that I'm picking to here, it's not going to make very much money because it's very close. I need something a bit further away. Let's go look in a different corner of the map. Some plants up there. Let's go have a look on the map and have a look what industries do we have. So if I were to look at farms and what are they? Fruit plantations, Scarborough Peak. Where is an abundance of them? There's quite a few here. Quite a few here as well. I quite like this little area. This is nice, and there's some towns. Oh, this is perfect. Okay. What's the biggest town though? They're all a bit too small. Hello everyone, hello Nuji, hello Nevets, how you all doing? I don't know Mini Metro, I only know Mini Metro is in the car. Like the Austin Mini Metro. Let me see, where's going to be a good place to go? None of these towns are quite big enough. That one's big enough, but it's too far away. That's a nice sized one, but this is all rubber, not fruit. Just a little bit too far away. This is okay, yeah, this is decent. Right, there we go, that's big enough. Okie dokie, so we've got some farms up here, there's lots of copper and oil over here, so that'll be nice. Okay, great, cool, we found our place. So this is that Death Stranding I've heard about, absolutely. Right, so first things first, biggest loan possible. Oh, there's even some rubber and maize here. Okay, first thing I want to do is build a big old train station in the middle of the city, because if I do too much, I'm going to piss them off and they won't let me build anything else, so I'm going to try and build a big station here. This is where all my plants are going to be now. Alright, cool, let's get going. So first train station, let's build it this way. I want some nice long platforms. It needs to be close enough though to where it can accept food. See here, if I move it around, it's too far out, it won't accept food. So I might have to build it this way, which isn't ideal. Okay, that'll do, that's fine. I can build signals to make them turn around. Alright, cool, so I've got here these fruit plantations. The rubber is not necessarily useful to me right now, it will be later. I've got maize here, and I've got 3 big rubber plantations that all output a nice amount if you have a look. They're all about 80 to 100. Oh, hello Pika, how you doing? Hello B, how you all doing, gang? Alright, let's get going. There's some more fruit up there that I can feed into the system. So the first thing I want to do, I have all these plants here. I want to get them to one central location, which I can then very easily and conveniently drop off to my drop-off station here. So let's start building a little drop station first. Again, this game works in mysterious ways. For some reason, small trains are generally better than big trains. So let's go. I might even go platform length 2 because he's going to be quite close. Oh, this is the original one, Victor. This is the first Tycoon game. It's made by Chris Sawyer, who also made Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's fucking amazing. I love it so much. You can get Open TTD. It is free. It's even on Steam for free, so you can get it super easily. It will ruin your life, though. It's a proper life-ruining game. So let's start building some little train platforms here. That's all good. That's all good. All the Charge Boys rolling in to say hi. How you all doing, everyone? Alright, so let's see. I've got a few more places up here I can expand to in a little bit, so I'll start building some. Let's go from the middle track first, because this is going to get very messy very, very quickly. So, right, building trains. I've got this bit down. I'm quite good at this part. So I'm just building like pretty much the most simple train route you can possibly build. Just a kind of essentially a one-track system with some little passes on it. Okay. So my aim is to get from here, the fruit that's being grown here is going to go to this station here. Then from this station here, all of these fruits and farms are going to get dropped off to the... Well, actually, no, I forgot I need a factory, don't I? Ooh, So in theory, they will go there eventually, but... Hang on, I might have messed up. That's the food processing plant. Okay, right, screw that. I've only been playing this game like all day. No, that's not even correct. What am I doing? Bruh. I haven't even unpaused the game yet and I'm already messing it all up. Right, so I want like as many tracks as I can get pretty much here. That's good because it means I can delete all of this, that's all fine. Good thing I didn't actually start building routes. It will let you rename the locations, but I never do it. Strangely enough, it's something I just never can be bothered to do, because you're always going to be so far around, and like, you're doing so much in this game, you haven't really got time to stop and think. Alright, cool. Now I can start actually building these stations properly. Now I know what I'm doing. So you have to take the fruit to the food processing plant, then that turns that into food, which I then ship to the city, and it has to be decent enough distance away, because the further away it is, the more they pay you for it. Like, if you do things that are too short in their journey, then you don't really make any money for it. And like, the goods train is kind of weird. You have to like start producing some things, and then they go through several processes, and the more you refine things, the more they kind of get you. So yeah, we're playing Jeff Bezos Simulator tonight. Okie dokie, right, let's try that again. There's a nice little factory there that might be useful. I don't want to box it in too much. I can build a station over here, it's fine. Okay. Hey, so let's build another. How's everyone doing? What you all been up to? I appreciate I haven't been on my YouTube channel very much for a while. I'm just chilling. I'm stuck at my boring job all day, which is very dull and very low intelligence, so I'm kind of a bit unstimulated. Fantastic. Oh, that's the cat. Of course, it wouldn't be me doing anything on the computer without Luna being here. So right now I'm just building some signals so my trains actually do what I want them to do and don't crash, which is fun for a brief period of time. I'm not going to disclose what my job is, but publicly anyway. But it's meaningless, low-paying, and dull. But I get to work from home, and I don't really do very much. So right, I'm building some trains now. Finally. Oh, hang on, I don't want to make these so long. Hello, Luna. Do you want to come sit on me? Or are you just going to be a big baby? Here she is. For those who haven't seen her in a while. The terror of my life. Oh, Dragon's Den's fire. Although I know you got Shark Tank in America, and you got Mark Cuban, who of course Gus is a big fan of, for those who know the meme. But yeah, I haven't watched it in over 10 years, but I do remember it being good back in the day. It was like classic TV. So I'm making these trains go to this station here and pick up the fruit. I'm going to set it so they're fully loading, so they're picking up as much as they can and taking it over to the food processing plant. I'm just going to make a couple of these trains, and they will work in tandem. The stations get more efficient, and the factories produce more the more frequently you have stuff visiting them. It's very make them kind of work more efficiently if I've got two trains working in pairs, one always ready to pick up, and one the sound got muted. Oh! Alright, I can fix that. It's because I've got my pause button hotkeys to turn off my microphone, but also I'm pressing the pause button to play the game. Let me just fix that. Thank you for pointing that out, Andrew. Where is it? Hotkeys. It should be on. What's my audio device called? Headset mic. It's so long since I've even used my own Streamlabs setup. There we go. Right, problem is fixed. I can now pause and unpause with impunity. I did not know about Control M in Discord. That's one I will use from now on. Well, I'm kind of always on push to talk in Discord, but still. Oh, bruh, on Google Teams, what's it, Microsoft Teams, we use that for my stupid work, and I have to be in meetings with that sometimes, and it's spacebar to unmute yourself. And I was doing some other shit while I was in my meeting, and I hit the spacebar, and I was unmuted. People heard me like breathing and grunting and the cat meowing. So I was like, oh, no good. Oh man, yeah, the soundtrack's absolutely fire on this, although it's a bit loud. I'm just going to turn the game audio down a tiny bit. Oh, it's already on 1. Amazing. We will get into it in a little bit. Here we go. Oh, no, there's no options to turn down the music because this game's 25 years old. We're just going to have to deal with it. I can turn it down a little bit on your end. Why the spacebar? I know, Microsoft Teams is fucking terrible. Don't even talk to me about Microsoft Teams. Alright, so let me see. I've got a couple more of these that I need to drop in. Unfortunately, they're kind of all in a big line though, so I could make separate tracks going all the way to the station. That's kind of inefficient. So what I'm thinking about doing is I can expand this platform here. Luna, will you behave? And I can expand this one here and stick another one here. And then so it's almost like a little, it's like, what's the word? It's like firemen passing buckets. This guy's going to pass his fruit to here, who's going to pass it to here, who's going to pass it to the factory. Efficient. Oh my god, I can't. If I'm doing something that's where I'm talking and it's like live, I have to have my... That's like #1 priority, is making sure I have full control over when my microphone is live or not. Oh dear. Especially in like typical everyday situations, I'm a bit of a gibberer. I tend to kind of talk to myself a little bit, so I'm doing that right now. But you know. Okie dokie, so yeah, I can just about squeeze this in here, that's perfect. Okie dokie, right. There we go. Default cat has ran into an area, there she is. Oh man. It happens occasionally, but Luna is a very special little cat in many ways. She's got a little bit of a sensitive tummy. Sometimes she has some problems with that, and you know, we feed her special food. I always make sure that she's taken care of. You know, I'm always keeping an eye on her. She goes to the vet quite often. But today, I was taking a call. I was in the middle of a call talking to some old dude at work, and I went to pick the cat up because she was meowing at me, and I picked her up, and I was like, oh no, what's that smell? And, you know, I'm familiar with her problems sometimes, so I went to have a little inspection of her behind, and as I went to inspect that, something white shot out of somewhere where it shouldn't have done. Oh shit, I'm buying trains without even putting an engine on them. So yeah, unfortunately Luna shot some poo-poo juice on me, that's why my dressing gown is now in the wash. So thank you for that, Luna. She's now just crying non-stop. So yeah, very grateful for that, Luna. Thank you so much for shooting your little bum juice on me. Right, great. So now we're picking up the fruit from here, and when we go to this station here, this Cubera Bay transfer, I'm going to set it to transfer, so it'll unload all the cargo there for the next train to pick up. Great, so let's get these two trains running. Great, they are now running and moving. Oh, I haven't put any signals in. What am I doing? There we go. Oh, this soundtrack is so far, I love it. Oh, hey Rusty, how you doing? Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, she is a little bit of a poo-poo. She doesn't want to sit on me, she just wants to scream at me. Yeah, unfortunately, she is a bit of a poo-poo juice cat sometimes. That's just the price you pay for love, I guess. Alright, let's build some more signals. That's all we need. Okay, great. So let me get some more trains, some more fruit trucks. Okay, great. And same thing, we want to fully load at one, and now transfer at the other. Climb that train. So now we have a nice little system. If we have a look, so it'll fill up here, and this guy drops off the fruit there, who takes it to there, who takes it to there. So you've got all three of these fruit plantations now dropping off loads and loads of fruit. And with minimal mess. That's a very clean, organised train system. I love it. Although, we've now got kind of... this train here is fully loaded by the time this one's all the way over there. So we need to add a couple more trains to this route, just so they're always nice and saturated. So I'll double that. So great, we've now got food being dropped off here. But we need to now output the... or fruit being dropped off there. We need to now output the food. So I've got to build a big old train. I've already spent quite a lot of money. I've already now got to try and work out how I can get the food to here. But that's when I'm going to start really making some dollar, when I get the food that's coming from here and transport it. So I'm going to have to extend these stations a little bit because I want 6 cars here, not 2. So let's go... what else have I got around me? Not too much that I can expand on directly, so... I'll use these 2 in the middle, that's fine. Alright, so I've now got 2 nice long stations, so I can build longer trains, because it's a big old distance, and this platform's 6, so... It's always good to match up your platform lengths, otherwise your trains don't run as efficiently as I'd like them to. Also, you want to try and avoid building too many corners in your train tracks, because it slows them down. Nice big straight lines, which is why I like this scenario, because it's very flat and open and there's not much around, so I can just build big old trains without having to worry about getting in the way of... Like, it's weird how, like, towns that have 4 people in can absolutely ruin your life in this game and not let you build anything. Like, you can be running a, like, multi-million-dollar transport organization and they're just going to be like, no, you deleted too many trees, so we're not going to let you build a bus station here, bruh. Okay. I'll use these platforms at the end. Excellent. I'm so glad I got to use this tool here, which allows you to build every direction, because previously you'd have to use like only these ones or like only these ones, and it takes fucking ages. Ugh. It's definitely a game with a high learning curve. I mean, I've only had 25 years to learn how to play it. Bruh. Okay, cool. Let's build a little... This will make the system run a bit quicker. I can build some cross tracks here, and then build some signals. Excellent. I've only worked out how the path signals work, which are kind of like the most basic ones. You have all these things here. They've got semaphore. You can do mad shit with the signals. Like, I've seen some like insane stuff online where people have made like incredibly advanced train networks. I'm like, oh, it's so... I can't do that. I need another 25 years to learn how to play this game that good to do that. Okay. Lots and lots and lots and lots of path signals. Excellent. Let's drop some depots. I like to put depots every kind of along the route, just because the trains break down all the time, and if they break down they need to go to a depot, so... Okay, great. Haven't got a great selection of trains at the moment. They're all a bit slow and a bit shit. I've got some diesel trains. They're not great, but they'll do. So now this factory is producing food rather than fruit. I need the food train. So let's go send this boy to the station. And he's going off here. So fully load, any cargo. Start with 3 for now, but we will need quite a few of these. It's going to get busy. Yeah, I thought about it, Josh. There are a couple games that I really liked and I wanted to potentially look into doing that with. Okay, my trains are going the wrong way again, but fuck it. I potentially wanted to look into doing that with, but all of the games I liked... Oh, I love Roller Coaster Tycoon too, and I was mad into that last year, but Transport Tycoon will always own my heart. I looked into some potentially speedrunning stuff, but even the most mundane, obscure, weird, bad game from 20 years ago that I played when I was a kid, even that has a super optimized world record that was set 2 years ago. Like, all the games I considered doing it for, like, it would be ridiculous. And I looked into a little bit of there's this really crappy Robot Wars game that I love on PS2, and I looked into doing some stuff on that, but it's already super optimized and all of this stuff. So if you look here, my boy's loading off his fruit, factory's turning it into food, and filling up my train. And eventually they will fill up, get sent back onto the track, back down to the village, which will then make a ton of money. Just fast forward a little bit for now. The Lego one, Lego Island. You know what? I bet Lego Island has like a speedrun that was set 2 weeks ago and is really tight. So let's see, how much money is this train going to get us? I usually don't fast forward this much, but I will. See, this is going to be the big bucks. This is going to be like easy 45,000, I reckon. 27? It'll be quicker. Once they start getting up to speed, it will be quicker. Alright, cool. So I've now got all of these fruit plantations going, and I've got some maize here that I can also transport. But that's going to have to be on a separate line, because this is strictly a fruit line at the moment. Charlie's Angels for GameCube speedrun any route. I saw, like, was it iCarly game speedrun for Wii? I'm sure I could get America's Next Top Model on Wii on lockdown. Oh, this is another good fruit plantation. Let's bring that one into my big... So now the more things I join and add into my little factory here, the higher this production will go up, and the faster and more frequently I'll be able to ship things from there and make some more dollar. So I'll just quickly add this in. There's big copper mines here, which I will get to eventually because you make quite a lot of money from them, but they're very slow to get up and running. This way. Oh no, I don't. If I'm doing something, it's because I want to win. You know, I'm not going to speedrun a game to be in the top 100. Where's the fun in that? I mean, at least for me. Although I'm pretty good at Super Mario Brothers now. I haven't timed it, but I can do Super Mario Brothers like pretty damn well. I can do pretty much everything other than like the crazy input button skips and stuff. I can pretty much run through the entire game. You know what? I never liked Cooking Mama. Cooking Mama is stressful. And it's like, I've done this in real life. I don't want to play. I don't want to do my job in a game. Okie dokie. Right, let's get some more trains heading out. I was playing this scenario again earlier, and you have to get to about, I think it's 1978 before you start getting trains that actually aren't really slow. So we might get there tonight, depending on how long I play. There was a great moment where I upgraded all my trains at once for the faster ones, and I was like, oh, it was amazing. Okie dokie. Oh no, I can't. That whole I don't want to play any game that's stressful. That's what ruined Stardew Valley for me. I love that game, but I was like, when you're running out of time at the end of the day, and like the game is like going at you, I was like, oh fuck this is too much. Alright, cool. So where else are some bits and bobs that we can add in? There's some more fruit. That's rubber. This is all rubber. That's fruit, but that's kind of far away. These are rubber. That's rubber. Where's the nearest factory? That's a food processing plant. There's a factory here, but that's kind of a bit far away from where I want to go to. Use an Ocarina Time of cartridge to work? No. Tell me about that one. I've got no idea. I saw the SpongeBob speedrun strat where you put ketchup on your game disc. Yeah, it kind of spoiled Stardew Valley for me. I'm sure I can just disable that and then it'll be far more fun. Okay. Luna, stop crying. Ow. Yes, you are a big baby, aren't you? Alright, so I've got lots of oil around here. Do we have any oil refineries? They tend to be kind of at the edge of the map, though. I don't know why. Actually, I kind of fucked up by making the map this big, because the oil refineries being far away. I might not be able to do very much with them, unfortunately. Yeah, tell me about the Paper Mario Ocarina of Time cartridge, yeah. I will have to look at that. That does sound very interesting. But then again, it's like, for me, like, that whole world of, like, weird glitches and shit like that, I'm like...
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Making my way downtown.
Oh no, the alert box is on the corner of the screen! Thank you, Andrew! Jesus Christ, you just made me shit my pants. Oh, that's so loud! Oh my god, thank you! Oh my god, I can't believe that's so nice of you. Thank you so much. That was so fucking loud! Thank you, I'm very grateful for the 1337 Elite Nation. Thank you, Andrew, that is so kind of you. It's worth the jump scare. Oh my god, well, I hope it's worth the financial amount that you contributed. No, thank you. I'm super grateful for that. Thank you so much. It's nice. Rusty's finally lost their donation title, which has been there for about a year. Because I've only done 2 streams in the last year. Bruh, oh my god, that was so fucking loud. Thank you once again, Andrew. I always really appreciate your continued support of my moronic internet experience. Okay, where were we? Okie dokie, so how can I get... I can probably build a separate station for this, because if we bring this maze to here, it's still going to get dropped off at this station, so... Alright, I can cut back behind the fruit plantations and build some maze shit here. James' drinking stream were absolutely... I assume you're Steven, never. It's absolutely never. Absolutely never. Drunk James is not something you want to see on stream ever. That would harm my professional and personal life immensely. Oh god, no, I'm not a big drinker, not a big drinker. Although I have been enjoying making old fashions quite recently. I've been getting some nice whiskey and the proper bitters, and because I worked as a bartender for a while, I know how to make cocktails. Oh, I've got a mismatch here. No, you are only ever going to see me on stream when I'm absolutely stone cold sober. trying. I've done plenty of eating on camera. I've done cooking streams before as well, though I haven't done them for a while. They're kind of a lot of effort. I remember I did maybe about 5 or 6 of them, and I really liked it, but it's like moving the whole computer downstairs is not moving 2 monitors, a tower, all the gubbins, lights, all that shit downstairs is so much effort. If I had like a helper minion who would do it for me, I would do cooking streams all the time. Because I love cooking. I was cooking today. I made some curry today after work. It was delicious. Missed the green screen chopping board. Oh, and we put Susan Wozniak's face on the chopping board and we cut onions on her face. That was also fun. I did enjoy that. Oh, Luna, come on, calm down. Right, let's take some maize. That's the train I like, isn't it? So I want the green hopper. Oh no, it's 2, not 3. I keep messing this up. This is a game that requires a lot of concentration. I'm like reading the chat at the same time. Should just be a regular segment. Yeah, we'll see. I've been kind of wanting to get back into doing more regular streams for a while, but I've just been like always busy with shit, you know. It's amazing for a person that does very little. I am somehow always busy. Okay, great. So this is now going. I will add, I do have a competitor. I've got an AI player who's, let's see, this is what they've built so far. So they're doing very little. Their company value is £1, while mine is £97,000. So we'll see what they do. If they start doing too well, I can just buy them out a bit later. That'll make my life easier. Alright, cool. So I've now got some grain trucks coming in. Does accept... Yeah, it does accept maize, doesn't it? Perfect. How are we doing here? This isn't getting backed up, is it? Nope, that's running nice and smoothly. Can probably move this signal a bit forwards just to make it that tiny bit more efficient. You can make the train crash into theirs and send a message. You can. Or you know what I was doing earlier? They were encroaching on my turf a little bit too much, and so I've got it set. It's like a setting that you can put where they're not allowed to intersect your train tracks or roads. Because sometimes if you build a road, they'll just build a train track straight over that shit and put level crossing there. And I turned that off because it's fucking annoying. And they were coming a bit too close to one of my factories, so I just built a road around their train tracks and they just stopped. And then they just left it uncompleted. It was hilarious. I was like, that's what you get. Mess with the family. Alright, cool. I've got some more maize here I can drop off at the factory. I'll probably... yeah, I can have that go around here. That's fine. It's a shame there's some copper mines here, but they're not really that productive, so I don't have to worry about them for now. Let's stick this boy here. Big brain move, absolutely. It's like in Roller Coaster Tycoon. There's a level where you have to get a higher rating for your park than like your neighbour's park. And if you make trains crash, but you make the train crash into their park, it lowers their rating and you win. I don't know which level it is. I've never done that myself. I've only heard about it, so I can't verify it. But it would be most interesting to see if that really happened. I'm making a dumb move here by closing off this. I should use this train track so I actually have space to put other trains in, without having to extend this hideous station even bigger than it already is. Yeah, let's go this route. Come on, come on, isometric game. Oh, screw it, that'll do. Big brain move. Oh, there's a fucking copper factory in the way of my train. Alright, I'm losing money, but it's okay. We'll get there in the end. Okay. There we go. Excellent, there we go. Okay, that's done as neatly as I possibly can. Yeah, I would definitely do it. It's free on Steam. My only advice would be to watch some tutorials because it is a bit dense to get started on. Especially when you're trying to make trains work and they're just not doing what you want them to do. Like, when I learned how to properly do signaling and have more than one train running on the same track, It was months of trains getting backed up, getting stuck, getting lost, doing shit I didn't want them to do, stations jammed. It still happens to me now occasionally. It's a bit of a frustrating game to learn, but once you got it down, it's really, really fun. Oh, you're talking about the Roller Coaster Tycoon one? I don't know. Look it up. It was like a viral tweet or a viral meme. But yeah, it was probably Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. That's more of a Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 level. All the ones in the first game are kind of like achieve this many guests with this many park rating. When you get to 2, they had some kind of slightly weird levels. Grain truck, here we go. Luna, will you stop screaming? Will I have to take you out the room? I don't want to. Okay, there we go. Of course, if you are playing any Roller Coaster Tycoon game, you can get OpenRCT, which is like a free... you have to buy the games on Steam, but it's like a free update or mod or something like that, and it just fixes everything that's wrong with the 20-year-old game, and it's essential, and it makes it run on modern machines really well. So if you do like Roller Coaster Tycoon, buy it on Steam, then get OpenRCT. Works amazingly. It's fantastic. Okay, great, cool. We got Maze coming out of here now, going to my factory. You know what? I actually don't like trains. Don't like riding on them. Firstly, too tall. Secondly, they're just not nice. I don't really like any forms of transport. Other than a nice tour bus, which is still even not that great at the best of times. Yeah, planes, don't like them. Trains, nah. Too small, too tight, too bumpy, too full of loud people. Okie doke. Let's see, how are we doing in terms of... Oh, we have a lot of food here. Okay, I'm going to need some more of these big boys here. I'm going to have to take the cat out in a minute because she's just too much. Alright. So we've now got a surplus of produce here, like 359 tons of food. That's quite a lot. And even when the train comes in, there's still some there. And the longer it sits there, the less valuable it gets. You want to transport this stuff as soon as it's produced, as quickly as possible. So I need a couple more trains here. So where are they? It's such a long track. They're just somewhere. And of course, more trains means more money. Let's see, how much is this boy making now? 28. That's still not very much. But it'll do. It's getting me started. Beats driving. Well, you know what? I don't drive, so I've only ever been driven. But especially for someone who likes cars so much, like, driving does not look fun to me. Like, that whole just like, oh man, like commuting to work, I couldn't do that shit. I couldn't drive to work. That's coming from someone who got the bus and train for years and walked. Alright, I'm gonna have to take the little BB out because she's been... I'm back. Oh, the cat has been removed, although I'm sure she will be back at some point. How you doing, Ryan? Welcome to the stream. Oh no, my green screen! Bruh, it's like covering the door, so when I had to move it... Oh no. You know what, even despite the fact I've taken her out, the cat will be back at some point, I'm sure. You know what, I've never played Skyward Sword. I've never been a huge Zelda player, to be honest. I'm trying to think of the ones. I've played like the first one, the NES one, and I was like, eh. I played a bit of one of the Game Boy ones as well, and I just couldn't get into it. I haven't played any of the newer ones though. I'm not really a massive Nintendo person this day and age. GameCube was my time. I've never played Ocarina of Time actually. God, I'm so out of breath. Oh, I've gotten so fat during coronavirus. And especially now I've got a job as well where I'm like sat at my computer staring at a screen for the entire day. Yeah, thank you, Ryan. I'm doing alright. I'm just chilling. Making some little choo-choo trains. Bend to my will. Alright, so cool. So here's where we are for now. I've got this kind of running. We've got some enough food coming out of here. These trains are going pretty quickly now. How's all this doing? Is this all... This whole system's all nice and fully loaded. Is there anything else I can add to this? So I've got maize coming into my food plant here, and from here I've got all this fruit coming in. This whole area is a bit barren though. This is just this scenario. It's quite empty and there's not a whole lot of stuff there, unfortunately. I can start expanding into some other sectors other than just maize and fruit. I'm working on this town right here. I've got a nice big station here, which is good. Let me see, do they like me? They do like me, fantastic. 'Cause if they don't like you, then you're screwed. In this scenario though, towns do need water. Well, that's actually great because there's water right next to it. If you look at some of these towns like this one here, they need food and water to start growing, a bit like plants. But yeah, you have to take these water plants and send it to the towns. But as this city is next to the water, that's pretty damn good. You know what, Josh? I like I've done quite a bit of like nice country road driving. Like that's kind of where I grew up. It was like not in a particularly built up area with a lot of stuff like that. That's chill. But just like in general, like what most people spend their time doing when they're driving does not appear fun to me. All right. So this town needs goods to start growing now. It's got food and water. There's plenty of copper around. There's some rubber plantations here as well, but I need a factory. Where's a factory? When you get enough money, you can start building factories, but it's like £1 million to build a factory. So there's one here. I could potentially do that. There's this kind of big lake in the way. Oh, actually, this is good. There's plenty of copper around here. They're quite decent. Okay, great, cool. That's what we're going to do next then. We're going to start doing... And these two are close enough together, I can build one station to do both of them. Perfect. Okie dokie. Put that... Yeah, let's put that... Yeah, so I can make drops nice and easily. Ooh, I have to say, doing the tour in the US, we got to see so much amazing parts of the country and all that. I remember all the incredible places we drove, and I remember there's always one that stuck with me. We were driving through Indiana, which I quite liked anyway, even though I know it's a bit of a weird state and it's not one that like people who aren't from America typically are fussed about seeing. But we there was like a crash on the highway or something, and we had to cut through these insane roads and driving through all these hills and fields and forests and shit in Indiana. And some of the absolute scariest driving I've ever seen from other people. There were people like overtaking on a hill on a blind turn, doing like 70, 80 miles an hour. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I've always said it, but Americans do not drive safely. I appreciate that I spent 6 weeks of my life at a time pretty much on the road for 8 hours a day at least. But yeah, you saw some scary shit, man. People don't... I don't know, life is very cheap, it seems, in certain parts of America when it comes to driving. Okay, so copper ore. Going to my factory. They're up and running. I'd like it if this was a little bit further away from the city in terms of just money, but I'm going to have to snake around. I can bring rubber to the factory, though, that's good. I'm going to have to snake around this lake a little bit and start bringing... Can I build a station that will accept goods, though? See, I can build a slightly smaller platform. That'll do. There we go. So how long is that? That's 4, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, cool. American drivers are hazards to themselves and each other. It is our culture. Yeah, I definitely felt that. The amount of like destroyed cars I saw just vibing was concerning. And a lot of really tired drivers, a lot of drunk drivers as well. It was yeah, definitely a concerning thing to witness occasionally. Especially when you get to like more in the heartland, the amount of just like really aggressively beat up cars that you see, it's like this thing needs to like that's the only place I've seen that in, that I've been to at least. I'm sure it happens all over the world, but definitely in America you don't get that level of destroyed cars in England on the road. Alright, I'm gonna have to trim this a little bit. Okay, I can put a little cross section here because I want these to be coming out of here, in and out of here as quickly as possible. Yeah, no, I'm glad I don't drive. Like I never needed to. When I was a young adult, I just lived in London. There was absolutely no need for a car, and even now, it's like, especially like with all the coronavirus and shit, I'm not going anywhere. I don't need a car. I don't need to drive. I can get Aldi delivered to my house now through Deliveroo, so I don't know what more I really need. Alright, so this is goods. That's what's coming out of there. That produces goods. So let's make some goods trucks. This one is 4 trains long, so that's perfect. We want these boys to be fully loaded, and then off to Monfing Bridge. All these towns have unpronounceable names. It's such an English game, this. It is quite funny. It does have so many like colloquialisms and kind of English things to it. I'd love to know what like Chris Sawyer is like. He seems like a mad dude making these games. Like he made these games like Roller Coaster Tycoon and Transport Tycoon like on his own. He was like the only, apart from like some of the visual art and the music, I think he even made the music. He made like the entire thing himself. It's mad. An absolute mad lad. Like making 2 of my absolute favourite games ever that I still play as an adult 25 years later, just by himself. Yeah, public transport in America would rule. High-speed rail, that's the dream. It's not ever going to happen, but that's definitely the dream. Maybe in some alternate universe where fossil fuel and automobile companies didn't destroy America in the early 20th century, that might have been a distant reality. Alright, cool. I've got some more copper mines over here that I can just drop off to my factory. I can also drop off this rubber plant, although I've kind of messed up by making these on the wrong track. Can I fix that? Oh, absolutely, yeah. Hang on. Oh yeah, the TGV's lit. Yeah, high-speed trains are very cool. Although I still don't particularly enjoy going on trains. That's just me. Screw it. I don't want to have too many corners on my train tracks, but there's not really much else I can do. How do I get this one out of it? Okay, I've kind of fucked up. Right. You, turn round. There we go. Go on, back you go. Stop. You, turn round. Skip order. Go on, off you go. Scuttle out of my station. Right, okay, now let's fix this. So I've accidentally boxed myself in here. Oh, excuse me, I've got hiccups. Too much curry for dinner. Okay. Right, there we go. Yeah, oh, I love these games. Like I remember, like I was saying earlier, I remember playing Transport Tycoon. on New Year's Eve 1997, when I was, I think, 5, and I played it all the way throughout the night, and I remember being told that I'd played it throughout the entire evening and like into the new year. That's how obsessed I was with Transport Tycoon. Alright, you can go back. Where are you going? Are you going to, yeah, Cubra Bay West? Off you go. And you can also... You're going back to Monfing Bridge, so you go have fun. Bye, off you go, lad. Oh, that's such a long journey. Oof. Right, great. Great, this one is now being loaded up with goods. Let's try and get a little station from this rubber plantation and snake that back. There's also some maize here I should probably at some point line up, but oh well. I want to make this platform 2, because 4 is too long. I'll do, that's fine. All the people on Transport Tycoon Reddit are screaming at me for making 90-degree corners, but screw it. These trains are slow as shit anyway. It's 1966. I haven't got fast trains yet. Oh, come on. Oh, dear. Come on, silly game. I have to say, for a game that is like 25 years old, it is still pretty fresh. Like, where it shows its age, it's not that bad. And the people that make OpenTTD have done a really good job of just making it all work on modern machines, and they've tweaked a few things and made a few kind of conveniences which are nice, like the fact that I can make these stations a bit bigger and a bit more kind of how I want them. Previously you couldn't really have much variety in the exact like footprint of the station, so yeah, there's some nice conveniences they've done to this. Alright, train time. This is rubber, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, the cat's back. Hi, Luna. This is the thing that annoys me so much, when she doesn't sit on me, she doesn't go to sleep, she doesn't do anything, she just wants to yell at me. Because it's like, oh, human, your attention is elsewhere. Yeah, no, I like isometric games. I mean, it's definitely something I grew up playing, but, no, hang on, you're not fully loading. Full load. There we go. You need to fully load as well. Yeah, otherwise, what's the point? If you're only loading anything you can, you're loading one bit of rubber and then driving off to the factory. Great. Okay, this is starting to run a bit more smoothly. So I've got copper over here, rubber over here, more copper here that I can bring in. I'm gonna have to build another ugly addition to my station, but oh well. Oh, that's messy. Okay. I'd love to know if there were any games that scratch this itch, like in modern... Like, I know you got things like City Skylines and Planet Coaster and stuff like that, but they've always just, like... They've not been... I don't know, maybe I'm just a boomer, but they've not had that level of purity for this kind of stuff for me. They're always a bit too impressive. Like, I want a game that's like just data entry. It needs to be as mundane as possible. It needs to be... It's such a dad game, but I love it, though. I want a game that small children cannot appreciate. And also I love the fact that it's just free. You don't need to buy anything to play this game. Text editor Tycoon. It's pretty much my job. My job is pretty much, yeah, form filler Tycoon. So we are having a pretty decent, steady supply of money. I think the systems that we have in place are working pretty well at the moment. Not making huge banks. If I have a look, like, although we are in only our second year, I mean, usually, like, games will run for about, like, 30 or 40 years before I get bored. And so I've already gone up from making £173,000 last year from my trains to £601,000. So we are definitely on the way up. We should start breaking a milli before too long. Is it Eli Foot? No, I've never even heard of that. What's it like? Okey-doke. What are my competitors up to? What's my company value? It's almost $1 million now. There's still £1. They're still not doing... Oh, they seem to have got quite a bit of infrastructure, but they're not doing very much yet, although it's not very well built. It's kind of inefficient, but okay. They're quite worryingly close to me, though, so I might have to start building walls around them. Does this game have replacement bus services? Yeah, you can tell it's a fantasy game because there are no replacement bus services. You can build buses, but honestly, buses are just not interesting in this game. Like, you can build planes and boats as well, but like, if you use planes, it just immediately breaks the game. Because if you look at this, like, these trains move at 70 miles an hour, and then I can buy a plane that do I have it yet? In the late 60s, you get essentially a Concorde, and that flies at like over like 700 miles an hour. Like even the planes here, these very basic like proto 60s planes travel at 591 miles an hour, and this game works in speed and distance. So the more you travel, like the further you transport things, the quicker you transport them, the more you get for it. If you want to break this game, you pick two big towns that are far away from each other, build airports in them, and just send passenger planes, and you will have more money than you could ever. You'll have more money than Bezos in 5 minutes, and it immediately removes any of the fun from it because they require no infrastructure, no signaling, no train tracks, no building, no nothing. It's just like ugh. So yeah, I do not fuck with the planes. Ships are kind of slow and not really very effective, and they don't have much capacity compared to trains. And I like building the train tracks, man. Buses are like buses and vehicles, like anything a train can do, you can do with road vehicles, but they're such small capacity and so slow, and they break down all the time. There's not really much point. All right, where was I? So I've got. Oh no, I've got quite a lot of oil wells here. And they're all okay. Like, this one's really good, but I've not got any oil refineries because they only spawn at the edge of the map. Like, that's my nearest oil refinery, and it's a bit far away for now. I might expand out to that in the future. Oh, it's like Football Manager from 1998. Oh! Ellie Foot 98. I'll have a quick peek. Because I love old school Football Manager. That shit's mad. Oh, this looks like my jam. See, I like it. Hang on, let me just put on my display capture. Where is it? Oh, no. Wrong screen. You have to forgive me, it's been a little bit of a while since I... Like, look at this. This looks mad. Hang on. Streamlabs is so bad. Like, when I start streaming again, I remember all the frustrations of it. So yeah, this is what I want. I want a game to look like a spreadsheet. I want bad fonts and bad colours. This looks great. Because I remember I played it actually. I say quite recently. It was about 2 years ago. I played Ultimate Soccer Manager 99, which is like a really cool football manager game that I love from back in the day, and that's better than the modern games. And Championship Manager 4 from like 2003, amazing. I'm definitely a boomer when it comes to games. I like older ones more than newer ones most of the time. Okay, I got some copper here, but that's kind of a... I could kind of do a little drop to here. Okay, I'll do that. Only produces 53 tons a month, though, which isn't very much. Not as neat as I'd liked, but oh well. This one I want. I do wish this game had like automatic signaling. That would make my life a whole lot easier if I didn't have to do the signals every single time I built any train tracks. Because it's like the vehicle, like the road vehicles, just kind of work out where they're going, and I wish the trains did that too. Or there was like a preset or something that you could do that would just make them do what you wanted them to do. Copper or opera. Okay, Send it to transfer to Cuthborough Bay South. Great, that's on its way. That'll at least double what's going on here. Although, where's my second train for this one? Oh, it's all the way over there. Might have to duplicate. Just so I have a bit more trains running on this service. How are we doing with our food export? Oh, our goods export is up and running now. Great. That's going to be a nice, decent source of cash. Probably need a few more of them though, because it looks a bit barren. Now I've got some more cash. I can build like loads more of these. Let's have a little quick peek at this. How much money is this train bringing in each journey? This will probably be a bit more expensive. Goods are quite valuable. Oh, what? Only 9,000? That's not much. Weird. Has this one got stuff on it? No, it doesn't. Okay. Oh, that one's just gone all the way around to go to a depot. Let's put some more depots in. Signal there, I can't put a depot there. I'll do. Why haven't I heard of Elliefoot? How are we doing? Is this bringing in more money? Oh, only 9,000, that's so low. Oh well. What about my... Yeah, the food one's bringing in loads of cash. The town is growing. Not very quickly, but I can work on that a bit more later if I want. Yeah, when I looked at it, it looked like it had some stuff up like it was Brazilian or Portuguese, but... I don't care who made it, I still want to play it. I'm definitely going to check that out. I love like manager games so much. I've mentioned it before, when they made that F1 manager game, I've never been more disappointed in a game in my whole life. That was just like the worst blue ball experience I've ever had from a video game. I was so hyped for it and it was so bad. Oh, I was so upset, it was terrible. I know they've updated it and kind of fixed it since then, but I was so mad I couldn't even go back and play it. I was just like, no, it made me too angry. Thinking about how bad it was when I first played it. Like, I don't know if that whole like early access bullshit with games is still going on, where they just release them half finished and then you play them and hate them and then you never want to play them again. That's why I haven't got Mount and Blade Bannerlord yet, because I'm like, I know it's not good yet and it's just going to spoil it for me. I'm kind of running out of stuff to do here at the moment. The variety on this map isn't quite as good as the one I was messing around with earlier, but oh well. So I've got stuff going on here. It's not quite as effective as I'd like it to be. We do have a bank here though, and that... So this station accepts diamonds. They do have, I know it's kind of sus, they do have diamond mines on this scenario. There's one over here. I don't know how much money you get from them though, I haven't messed around with them much yet. Not really enough of them for it to be real. There's my rival company. Oh, no way! Oh, that's awesome. What else has he done? Because I love the music in this game. I think it's fantastic. Let's see, what else have I got that I can start adding to my network? Got some diamonds there. I could add them into the city, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. It's kind of a big network for just one drop-off. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is good. There's quite a lot of fruit here. We're quite low producing, though. That one's rubber. And I've got a big river I'd have to cross. That's probably going to cost me quite a fair bit of money to get that in. I don't know if I can get it all the way up to my food factory up there. I do have another one here, but it's not really... So much of this game is just like playing out the distances you've got between stuff and trying to work out what's like ideal. Ah, nice. I'll have to check it out. It sounds really good. It sounds like definitely my kind of game. Oh, there's quite a lot of rubber forming here. This is nice. That might be nice in my factory. Let's build a rubber drop. I don't know if this one's opening or closing. Hopefully it's opening. Civilization, oh I love XCOM, Forza Motorsport 4 and 5, even the Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit. I might even have that on PS2 somewhere. Okay, great, this rubber farm is opening up. Let's build the big drops station here. Great. I remember seeing Wallace and Gromit Curse of the Were-Rabbit in the cinema. That was a good film. It's fun. Don't want that. Yeah, that's what I like. I like games that are just built by one person, like with their kind of weird idiosyncrasies. I like that kind of energy. I'm definitely gonna check that out as soon as we're done doing the stream today. I might even play it next time. It definitely sounds like a James activity. Oh man, I love Awesome Gromit. I remember having those all on crusty ass VHSs when I was a kid, watching Grand Day Out like 50 times. I'd love to rewatch that actually. I've rewatched that as an adult. Screw it. Make this one a loop. It's gonna work. Okay, great. It's gonna start working. Okay, this is rubber, not fruit, isn't it? It's rubber. Mustn't get them mixed up, even though they look identical. There's also wood, which also looks identical in this scenario, although it's not very common, so... Okay, great. Excuse me. I don't know why, but whenever I do these streams, it's always after I've had dinner and I'm, like, full and uncomfortable. Okay, great, that's working. Let's get this one up and running next. No, that's not a signal, that's a bridge, don't want that. Shiver, shiver, shiver. Rubber, rubber, rubber. Again, transfer all that good stuff there. So we've got one nice easy drop for the big train to pick it all up from. Streaming, you know what? Streaming while hungry is so much better, because like when you're full, it's just like, oh no. Great, so I've got 4 rubber plants all being picked up from there, and they're all quite high producing as well, which is nice. They're all kind of at 100 or about, so that's great. Which one's the factory? This one's the factory. That one accepts rubber. Okay, this is going to have to be a bit of a big train. Okay, I guess I'll build it this way. Got drag and drop. Let's make it 6, just because that station's 6. Is it 6? I hope it's 6. Nope! Okay, well looks like you're getting extended. So they're currently 2. Oh shit! I've made a mistake. Oh yeah, no, especially during my quarantine phase, I'm a pretty bulky lad, so... Oh shit, how do I get rid of this? There is not a train in the way! Oh no. I've made a mistake. No! Oh crap. See now, because this station is all one station, if I were to delete that... Oh, how did I fuck up that bad? If I were to delete that, I'd have to delete the whole station, and then it's like way too much effort to fix all of it, so I'm just gonna have to do this. Oh. Okay, that one's definitely the right way. Okay, there we go. I've now just got a unused... that's like Heathrow Terminal 5. It's just going to remain unused. Okay. Right then, start building some tracks. Go out a little bit this way first. You know what? Fuck this mesa. This mesa can go. Bye. It's nice when you start getting enough money. Keyboard cat. It's nice when you start getting enough money in this game to start like doing big terrain altering stuff like that. I was doing something earlier where I was trying to join up some oil rigs effectively, because if you use like oil tankers to go get oil from oil rigs, they take fucking ages and they're really slow and they're really bad for like output productivity. So I just started building. I was extending the land like fucking artificial island style. It was costing me so much money, but it meant I could run trains to the oil rigs and it was so much quicker and more efficient. Oh man. It's truly cursed when you start getting into the millies on this game. Right, I've stopped paying attention. What am I doing? Okay, right, here's where I am. Great, that's done. Some little cross sections here. Excellent. Ooh, this is a big boy track. This is going to at least net me some bank. And like the straighter and like neater you build your train networks, the faster. Because like going around corners or going up hills affects the train speed, and then the quicker your produce gets to where it's going, it's worth so much more. Because think about it, like if you're delivering like fresh food or something like that, or livestock or goods, like the longer they're in transit, the less it's going to affect their value. Okay. It's going to take quite a lot of trains to get to full saturation on this circuit though. This is the right one. Okay, so we're now taking rubber. 6. Okay. Cargo, we're gonna need like 5 of these. Great. There we go, out they pour. I love this with this system I've got now that I can load 2 trains at once. It does! It absolutely does. You will hear it when it comes on. It's really funny as well. There's one track that, I mean, as much as it sounds like, it kind of sounds like General MIDI Nirvana. It kind of sounds like Come As You Are by Nirvana. It's really hilarious. And it's annoying because there are a bunch of songs that aren't in this version of the soundtrack, and one of my favorite ones is this like kind of like 1920s-esque brass band piece, and it's only on the old game, not on the new one. It's like, oh, I need to download the original soundtrack and play that in the background next time I play this game. Alright, so this system's all kind of working. Like, the little drops are being made. That's all being picked up. I need more trains on this section, though. Still got produce left over after it's finished loading. I can build another one just to... Oh, I built that one in the wrong station. Well, off you go, little train. Yeah, considering this is open TTD, which is kind of like an almost, I think it's more of an open source recreation of the game than a straight mod. So it is kind of like probably not got some licensing. Oh, here we go. Oh, these boys are pouring out of here. Yes, exactly what I want. That one's got loads of rubber on it. Weird how rubber is measured in liters. How much am I getting for this bad boy? This is going to be a lot. Oh yeah, 18 grand, and that's all being turned into some tasty goods, which have been carried out by my goods trains. Yes. Well, that's a horribly inefficient system, but oh well. Great. Kind of need more though. This bit's a bit of the network's a bit unsaturated. Build some more trains. Getting to that part of the game where it's all starting to work now, and it's just more trains. I've almost hit. I think I had a million there. I've almost hit a milli. Well, my company's worth almost 2 mil now. But the other company is worth £1,400. They're still struggling. They start to get better as the game progresses, and I think after they've existed for 5 years, you can start buying shares in them and just buy them outright. Oh, here we go. Oh, they're coming a bit too close to my turn. That's my fruit! It's my fruit! How dare they? I'll just buy them out and convert them in a couple years' time in the game. Let's just have a little save on me. So nice, all this rubber's being transported. That's now running at capacity, that's perfect, just about. I could probably make this signal just a little bit closer. There we go. I can always double up on the platforms if I want. There we go, that's nice. Because these trains are nice and long, they're 6 carriages, it means that they're getting loaded up nice and quickly, and I can load 2 at a time. Oh, the efficiency, I love it. What about my goods here? That's loading up nicely as well. Perfect. I'm still so annoyed I built this ugly train terminal that I can't delete now. Because there's always at least one train in the station. Bruh. Okay. What next to add? These kind of wetlands are good for finding resources and stuff like that. It's a copper mine. There's some copper mines here, but they're kind of a little bit out of the way. And they're not that productive, so I'm not that fussed about them. Even the copper is quite valuable. I could totally bring them in, though. I'm gonna have to do some acrobatics with bridges and shit. Okay, I'll build a copper drop. Okay, let's do. This is my favourite Transport Tycoon song right here. Oh god, I have no idea how I'm even going to manage this. This is such a mess. Oh, General MIDI guitars, man. Give it to me. That's going to be horrible for signaling, but oh well. Yeah, I can have these go to the second platform. I'll bring that one around the top. Oh man. Songs I would have on my GeoCities page. I never had a GeoCities, I didn't get the internet till MySpace. And I was kind of probably a bit old for MySpace when I got it. I wonder, what games are there now that are good for people who like trains? Or like building trains, not riding them? I'm sure they have like Train Simulator and shit like that. Like the modern ones, but those games are all a bit like... They're kind of fun, they're like good for their like humour appeal. Like Euro Truck Simulator is funny, but like... I wouldn't really play it if I wasn't live streaming it or playing it with other people, you know? Those games always have too much that's wrong with them and they become really irritating. Like Euro Truck Simulator, if I try and play that game seriously, it drives me mad. It's like, why can't I just start somewhere else? Why can't I just go and meet my friends here when I'm playing on the online? No, you have to drive there. Okay, I'll see you in 2 hours, boys. Oh no, I crashed. See you in another 2 hours. London to Faversham. Oh man. Yeah, I wonder if there was something like this where I could build... But I'd say if there was a game where I could do something like this, why don't you play this? I'm looking for a game that's like Open TTD. Why don't you play Open TTD? Okay. Bruh. Okay, copper ore. I love that this game's still functional and people care about it enough to keep it alive and keep it working. I love playing this game, and I'm glad I'm not having to play it on like a Windows 95 machine with all of the kind of early, like mid-90s idiosyncrasies. Put you on the path again. Just go to the next station. There we go. Okie dokie, right, let's sync up. Oh, I haven't put any trains on this one yet. Bruh. Okay. Excellent, okay. Train time. I'm in 10 years' time I'll be able to buy a better train, one that goes slightly faster, so we're kind of stuck with these for now. I mean, I'm playing with pause on a lot of the time. I've set it so I can build when the game is paused, because otherwise it's just so difficult to keep up with what's going on. Full load, and at the annex you want to transfer. Again, that's one of the modern comforts I like about this updated version of the game. I can play with pause on. Especially when you're playing with other like AI players as well. They just outdevelop you because they don't have thinking time, they just build straight away. If I didn't have to play with pause on, this game would be pretty hard and I'd run out of money almost instantly. Okay, what else do I have around here? Not any other copper directly. I'm gonna have to build yet another addition to this absolute monstrosity of a station. Okay, I'll extend these drops a little bit. Make them 4, and I'll put some 4s here. There we go. Okey-dokey. I'm finally starting to get to the part of the game where you start getting these nice big train networks and they look really cool running together. Like, I love that when you just got like all these crisscrossing train tracks and dozens of trains all running in their little system. So cool. Okay, great. Oh, I've entered the burping stage of my post-dinner state now. I do apologise. This is the right track. Okay. It's this one. And we're taking copper ore. This one's 4 carriages long. Tiles long. This bad boy off at the plant. Load. Okay, I can afford it. Let's make another train. Oh shit, I've got like £1.5 million now. That's great. Obviously this money does not scale because this game is so old. You think about a train costing 30 grand even in even in 95 is a bit of a reach. Okay, great. So I've got all my iron ore coming in. I'm sure there's another one somewhere. Oh, this one. I haven't even added this one in. Oops. Okay, let's add this one into the network. Get another ugly station coming in. I love seeing these big old like land trains, like what are they called? Like those when you get them in America, like those massive freight trains that go across huge parts of the desert. I remember seeing them. You go to places like New Mexico, and you just see these trains that were miles long, and you'd be watching them come past you for like minutes. They were humongous. I love that shit. I bet driving one of those is fun, like Amtrak or whatever they're called. It's probably quite a cool job. It's like in the UK, like truck drivers are like the most useful commodity right now, and they're all being offered. Like for example, anyone that uses any kind of lorries are offering massive bonuses for people who start. They're like offering them like £1,000 up front to start working for them, and really huge rates just because they need lorry drivers at the moment because Brexit has sent them all back to Europe. Bruh. That's definitely a cool job. If I drove, I'd probably like doing lorry driving. I think that's cool. I think I'd probably enjoy that. You'd just be by yourself all day, just driving and chilling and listen to music or a podcast and vibe and eat a lot of weird gas station food. That's definitely in my interest. There we go. So here's my network. Everything's getting connected up. Not as quickly as I'd like it to be, but it's doing it. Okay. This boy's full of copper. That's again probably going to net me a nice amount of bank when it stops in. I'm kind of making enough money to do whatever I want now, which is decent, but... Oh yeah, 15 grand for some copper's great. Next tour should be in a lorry. Oh no, thank you. I don't think that's comfortable. I think the Sprinter vans are nice enough. My goods trains are really going quickly. This factory is almost 1,000 crates of goods. That's a really good number. We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've got like 15, 16 industries all feeding into this one factory, so it's making a nice amount of stuff. What about my food plant? I haven't checked on that for a while. 615 tons of food. That's also pretty damn good. Trick out your lorry, yeah. These two separate factories joined to each other. That's vibey. Cool. There's quite a few diamonds here, but again, they're not making very much. Is this one's rubber, one's fruit? That's a shame. They're both the same. I could probably do something with them. I can almost buy out my rival competitor. I'll do that at some point. These are all fruit, aren't they? But they're not very productive. They're not really worth it. They're kind of too far away and they don't produce enough to really do anything with. Oh, this has got to be pretty lucrative, having 3 fruit stations. See, if they were smart, they'd add this one, and this one, and this one in as well. Oh my god, there's so much here. Okay. That's next on the list. As soon as I buy out my competitors, I'm linking up all of these fruit depots, and I'm going to send them somewhere else, I guess. Is there even a... There's not even a food processing plant near there. That's an oil refinery. That might be... Oh, hello. That might be interesting. Hello. There's quite a few... Oh, yeah. This is good. There's quite a few oil wells here. Alright, we're doing that. I'm snapping that up nice and soon. And that makes goods as well that I can send somewhere else, so don't mind me. Let's make it go this way. This one. I wish I got more trains earlier on in this scenario. On like the normal one, like the default map, you get different trains quite quickly. And you get electrified trains, which are a lot better. On this one, you just go straight from railway to monorail and then maglev when you get into the 21st century. But I don't like when you get too far in this game, because all the stuff you start getting, it's not even a challenge anymore. Like, the trains are so fast and they never break down. It's like, what's the point? Oil tanker... and then transfer. Done, they're rolling. This one can do the same. Are there any more oil wells around here? Not currently. Build. Did I ever want to be an urban planner? Oh, I don't even know what that is. No, I think I'm only qualified to be low-level internet idiot, mid-level rock star, and bottom-tier computer screen starer. Those are my only things I'm qualified to do. I'd love to have a job that was a bit more exciting, but I think with my experience and skill set, probably not anytime soon. Only thing I was ever really good at was rocking out. Unfortunately, COVID is not allowing that. Okay, great. Check and make some more trains. I'm going to need quite a few, as it's the last stop on the chain. There was another oil well around here somewhere that I've missed. There. Oh, there's two down here. Where am I going to send these goods to as well? That's really important. Civil engineering. Planning of land use in cities. That definitely sounds too advanced for me. Are there any towns here that are big enough to send goods to? Be a bit of a problem. There's this one here, but it's kind of far. I'm going to have to zigzag it over some of these. Okay. Platform length. Let's make it 4. Oh, this is such a hideous monstrosity of a station. Okay. Please accept goods. Please accept goods. That'll do. Oh, this is such a massive platformer. You can do a lot of like passenger stuff in this game as well, but I'm not really interested in that at the moment. I've done a lot of that before, and again, like when you start doing passenger transit, again, it's like one of those things where you can just completely break the game like quite quickly. Like if you can get between, like, if I just built passenger trains between 2 or 3 big towns, I'd have more money and it'd be so like, eh. When you start setting up like buses that transport people from inside the town to the train station and the train station to the other train station really far away, you just start pissing money out your ears. It's so much. I like messing around with the industries a bit more. It's a bit more of a challenge. Okay. That's a long ass. Back. Screw it. That's messy. It'll do though. Okay, great. That's now a goods. Oh, that's so long. Might even be possibly the longest route I've built so far. Okay. Anyway, clean. I can build these depots. Oh well. Right. Let's start sending some goods trains out. I want this one. Depot. Let's produce goods in this scenario, doesn't it? Okay, cool, goods. Go here, fully load, and then go to slading head. Great. Great, they're on their way. Now an oil baron. Let's go. Yes, well. smoke, children. That shit's bad for you. Expensive. What's everyone up to? What you all doing today or this week? What's going on? I mean, my life's pretty boring at the moment. It's just work, try not to get evicted, work, play games while I'm working. That's pretty much a view into my life for the last year and a half. Try not to get kicked out of your house simulator, which is going well. I might be in a position where I might be able to weasel my way out of a serious amount of unpaid rent. Thank you, legal aid. Going to a concert. Oh wow. Dem's working in an office, getting lunch in 15 minutes. Oh man, you know what? I'd kill for some tacos, like some proper tacos. That'd be like, oh, can't get them here. That'd be fire. That's my recommendation. If you can get some fresh tacos, that'd be my vibe. Going to a concert. Who are you gonna go see? I honestly, I would not go to a concert right now, personally. I think that's a really bad idea, but that's why I'm staying inside. The Delta variant is real, people. Yeah. It's going to be a very, very, very long time before you see me at a concert. I've managed to spend a year and a half hiding and not getting sick, and I really don't want to do that now. Especially, it's outdoors. That's better, but still. Anywhere with, like, I've been out, like, I've properly been out. I went out to Liverpool City Centre about 3 weeks ago. That's the first time I've properly been out for anything other than like an eye test or to go to the vet in the last year and a half. I've been, like from day one, I was like, I'm not getting this shit. I don't want it. Which way do I want these signals to go? This way? Yes, that was the right way, correct. I've messed up. Okay. That's fine. But yeah, oh no. Definitely a concert. It's like, that's more people than I can handle, definitely right now. I hate that whole, like, the whole... And it's weird because it was something that was very obvious at first, but it's definitely sustained itself, my like intense aversion to other people in public situations. Like, I appreciate, I mean, I say this now, but like, I mean, obviously, I have a bit of an insight on it from my job. My job does involve COVID, and I'm kind of aware about what's happening, and despite the numbers and shit, in theory, going down, it's really not that simple. And I think now's a pretty dangerous time because governments seem to not be caring anymore. I put these signals the wrong way. Seem to not be caring anymore about it, so yeah. Built the wrong signal. Why? 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 No, don't change. Why? Yeah, I'm definitely adamant. I've made it this far. I'm not getting it now. I do not want that shit. I do not want the long symptoms. I do not want to lose my sense of smell or taste. Oof. Definitely do not want respiratory problems either. I've got... Oof, no thank you. But yeah, like, just being in, like, places and stuff. Like, even when I go to, like, something as mundane as the supermarket, and I see someone who's not wearing a mask and they're getting too close, it's, like, genuine, like, terror and, like, fear. I hate that shit, man. It's so grim. Yeah, I've had my first dose of my vaccination. I'm due to get my second one in a couple of weeks. Great, looking forward to it, can't wait. But just I know the fact that like a large amount of people in hospital now are double vaccinated, and it's just like, nah, man. It might be better, but it's still not 100%. And unfortunately, it's gotten to the point where this stupid shit's gone on unrestrained long enough. There are now different strains that are mutating and are developing vaccine resistance, and it's just like, nah. It's going to be a long time before I am willing to act like this isn't going on again, unfortunately. I really wish it wasn't. Oh, here we go. There we go. It's 1970. That's when you get the Concorde. So it goes 1,447 miles an hour. So if you start using that, the game is immediately rendered completely broken. Because whatever you do, even you can use, I could be using those Concords to ship oil to this oil refinery, and it would be infinitely more profitable than using trains, and I wouldn't have to build any train tracks to do any signalling. I could build an airport here and an airport here, and that would still be cheaper than doing this. It's hilarious. Oh yeah, man, no maskers like legit terrify me. It's like the willful ignorance over something so basic and so trivial that's like I'm so like not bothered by it. I've been wearing them for over a year, and it didn't bother me when I first started wearing them, and it doesn't bother me at all now. I can wear my mask all day. And it's just like, ugh, just please stop spewing your DNA over me. Well, I'm just glad I got to do some cool shit before COVID hit, because I'm pretty sure the world's never going to be the same. Who knows, maybe I was one of the last like real touring generation of musicians. Because you see, like, again with like things like big sports events, and you see like where whole teams, it's still happening now. Like I saw like a bunch of people were missing the Olympics because they're having to self-isolate because someone around them got COVID, and it's just like, oh, it's just so needless. Like, why even bother? Like the whole logistics of trying to tour during COVID and play live shows during a COVID environment just completely does not work for me. Absolutely something I'm not interested in doing. Just seems like a really bad idea. Just like, you know, having contact with one of all the people that you encounter as well. Like, all the people that you encounter during. I remember all the times though, you know, I remember getting sick all the time when I was on tour, and it's hilarious that you think that was months before COVID happened. Quite lucky, but the amount of just sheer people that you encounter while doing that, and the infinitesimally small chance you have of avoiding someone who's got that, because a lot of people don't know. So many people are asymptomatic and people are not getting tested when they should, especially in the UK. Like, there was a big spike a couple of weeks ago, and there was a massive spike of cases, and people were getting pissed off. They were being told they had COVID, and they're like, hello, you've had exposure to someone with COVID, you need to go and isolate and then take a test. And they're like, I'm not doing that. And so many people were getting annoyed at being told that they might have COVID and need to isolate. They just started changing the parameters. They're moving the goalposts, and so like people are sick and don't know it. And the chance you have of meeting someone who that's happened to, and then having to instantly quarantine your entire crew, any bands you've had any contact with, they're going to be cancelling all of their dates. It just seems like, from a logistical, safety and financial point of view, to just not work in my opinion. But then again, that's just me. You can count me out of that shit anytime soon. I'd still love to be asked, but the answer would definitely be no at the moment. I'm not going to a concert or doing anything like that until this has been fully dealt with. These trains are not fully loading. They're only picking up like a minuscule amount of oil. Please fully load. Please fully load. If you don't, you're so inefficient. I wondered why. I was like, why are there no trains here? I surely have enough on this network, but they're just not picking anything up. Oh, I'm wearing my mask until COVID is completely gone. If there's one case in the country, I'm still wearing my mask. I'll probably still wear it even after it's completely gone, because I like it. I like having a bit more of that shield. Firstly, I don't want people spraying their gunk on me. And secondly, it's like whenever I go out, like I'm always wearing either a hat or a hoodie or something like that. I like the being covered up when I'm outside. I like the anonymity of it, and just, yeah. It's also really good if you like shoplifting. Which I definitely don't do. Okay, right, my oil trains are moving. These bad boys are loading up nicely as well. This has proved to be quite a nice little network here. Ooh, that's so much money. Oh. 33 grand a drop. That's really good for these trains coming from the oil plant. Love it. Oh, while I'm here, I can buy out these not yet. One more year and I can buy out these wombos. There we go. Right, great. Perfect. I've now bought them out. Their trains are now mine. And I've got all their assets as well. Perfect. Right, this is such a horribly... Ugh, the AI did this so wrong. Sentown West. I'll give us Sentown's best. I made that train famous. Yeah, I'll probably still be here for a little bit. It's 9 o'clock almost here now. Oh, enjoy those tacos. Definitely take a pic and post them on the Discord. I want to see them tacos. Yeah, I'll still be here for a while. Almost certainly. I made that train famous. Has anyone heard Donda? Is it any good? I'm not really terribly fussed about what Kanye's up to now. I think he's kind of whack at the moment, but yeah. I wonder what people think of it. I've got all this oil here, but I'm too far away from any refineries to do anything with it. It's a shame because this oil money's making me so much money at the moment. I'm an oil baron. Hee hee hee. From what I understand, well, you can still catch COVID with the vaccinations, despite being double vaccinated, which is another thing I disagree with what the UK government is doing. Despite being vaccinated, yes, you still can catch COVID, and the Delta variant is also quite vaccine resistant. From what I understand, the general consensus is the symptoms are not as severe for most people. If you've been vaccinated and you get the Delta variant of COVID, it's nowhere near as serious as if you were getting the original variants of it, or if you were unvaccinated, but don't care. Because for the majority of people, it's like not a big deal apparently, but there's still, for me, far too high of a chance of you being seriously ill and dying from that shit. And I saw today, it was something like a significant percentage, or something like 40% of hospital patients in the UK are 18 to 32 year olds, and I fall in that age bracket, so I'm not getting that shit. Yeah, absolutely. I really do not want the long-term symptoms. I know several people who have had permanent changes to their sense of taste and smell, as well as the things like the fatigue, the kind of mental fog, the exhaustion, the long-term depression. I do not want any of that shit. I've already got enough problems to deal with. I do not want long-term health problems. Look at this. Vivid Link starts construction near Great Slonhattan Springs. LS Sharky. They look like a mean motherfucker. They're building airports though, and I didn't realize they could do that. I thought I'd set it so the AI couldn't build airports, because airports just destroy the game. Interesting, we'll see. KKB Dorian lecture feature, that's going to be fire. Dorian is so fucking cool, I met them once. We have a really good mutual friend, like one of my best friends is one of Dorian's best friends. And I was like, hey, I know this person. They were like, oh, give me a hug, I love you already. Dorian fucking rules. Shout out. We'll definitely hang out with again. Because we were at some festival in Poland, and they were like, we looked at the dressing rooms, and the next dressing room to us was Dorian and Electra, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I'm hanging out with them. That was one cool part about the touring musician process, meeting cool people. I like that. That's cool. You met some not cool people as well, but it's outweighed by meeting the cool people. Oh, these trains are just roll. Wait, what? What are they doing? Oh no! God! Why? Why have you stopped accepting goods? Why? Okay, right, we have a problem. We have a code red. I was like, why are these trains not dropping anything off? And something has happened. The town has shrunk, and it's now... Oh, shit. It's now not accepting goods anymore. Okay, this is a problem. Why is the town not growing? It's getting food, it's getting water, it's getting goods. Okay. Hey, Vegas, how you doing? Yeah, I'm alright. Just chilling, playing with some trains. Just vibing on the stream. Doing alright. But talking a lot about COVID today, which is not terribly fun, but oh well. I'm gonna have to demolish the station and try and move it back a little bit. Please work, please work, please work, please work, please work. Okay, that accepts goods. Ugh, this is such a mess. No, it's 4, that's the length, isn't it? With 3 tracks. Hopefully that doesn't mess up any of my orders. Oh dear. The dude who sang the Pokemon theme, that's lit! That's so cool! Oh man, some of the... Oh, there we go. It's finally... Although all the goods have been sat on there for ages, they're now not worth anything. Cool people. Oh man, there's so many goods backed up here. Getting to hang out with Nile Rodgers was fucking lit. He's awesome. He's really nice as well. He's like very... what's the word I'm looking for? He has like extreme wisdom, and like every sentence I exchanged with him was very insightful. We talked about diabetes. It was great. He's a very, very interesting, very cool man, and his voice is so delightful. He's very smooth, and he looks great for his age as well. He looks fucking banging. I love Niall. He's awesome. But yeah, I'm doing all right. COVID's still bad over here, and the government have stopped caring about it, so I'm still locked inside my house. I've managed to get a low effort job that I can do from my home and doesn't really use very much of my brain power, so that's okay. Got cash coming in again, which is nice. Producer of the Halo 2 soundtrack. That's pretty lit. Oh dear. Oh, I walked past the dude from Car Seat Headrest in the hotel, and he looked very serious, so I didn't say hi to him. I walked past him, but I didn't say much. Oh yeah, Nile Rodgers is fucking lit. He's awesome, dude. Very, very much enjoyed. Because he was just hanging out, and he just came to our dressing room and was just hanging out, and he was just on his own. And I just went and offered him something from the fridge, like, would you like a Diet Coke or something? And he's like, take a Diet Coke. And then we talked about diabetes. It was fascinating. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Life could be worse. John Mayer is on the epilogue track, but uncredited. Didn't know that. Oh shit! I did piss off Broken Social Scene at a festival once. I was coming off stage, and they had those big cables that hold the tent up, and one of them had like a loose thread, and as I walked under it, it scratched my back, and I howled. I went like, ah, because it really hurt. It scratched my back, and I took my hat. It was actually this hat. I took my hat off and my sunglasses, and I threw them on the floor in a fit of pain, and they crashed on the floor and went under Broken Social Scene's riser. Or was it Built to Spill? I always get those two confused. It was one of the two. It was Broken Social Scene or Built to Spill. And it went under their riser, and they were all setting up, and they just gave me the meanest look I've ever had in my entire life. They were like, who the fuck are you, and why are you throwing things at us? And I had to wait till they'd gone before I could get them back. And I think we were in Mexico, and it was hot as fuck, and I had no hat and no sunglasses for a couple of hours. I think the station is too much in the factory. Hi, Ridwan. I'm not very good at this game. If you know how to play this game, I apologise, because I'm not very good at it. Oh dear. I made a mistake by building this bit here, and I can't remove it because the whole station is connected, so I do apologise. I've been playing this game for 25 years, but I'm still not good at it, so I do apologise. Right, here we go. Okie dokie, so this is working, and my goods trains are being offloaded, but the money they're making is still pitiful. Oh well. Oh dear. Right, this is running. What about my oil and goods network? Oh man, there are so many that I literally cannot share. Like the ones that I can tell you are like nothing compared to the ones that I can't. They're so much funnier. But yeah, sorry, Broken Social Scene, for throwing my hat and sunglasses at you that day. It was just like, they didn't say anything, they just looked at me. Oh man. Yeah, no. The vast majority of my... thank you. I hope I can make beautiful stations too. I probably will not be able to. It's going to take me a while. But yeah, oh man. I've definitely sworn to secrecy on all of my juiciest stories, unfortunately. Alright, this is running out okay, my rubber drop. I see some people who make these incredible networks. I've seen some videos of it, and it just blows my mind. I'm like, how can you even coordinate that? These are doing okay. I'm still quite a few years away from getting a better train upgrade, though. It's going to come in 1978 or 9, I think. One that goes 100 miles an hour rather than 70. You know what? I think it's time to pay off all my loan. Let's do that. What can I add into the system next? Oh, this is my oil goods drop. That's so spicy. How am I doing? That's loading perfectly. Is there any more oil I can add to this system? No, not terribly. There's no oil rigs yet. I think the oil rigs come later on into the 70s. There's some oil wells there, but they're too far. Oh, it would be a stretch, but I could kind of add these ones in. They're not that good. They're not... Well, that one's good. I kind of could add those in. Oh, that would be so far, though. There's no oil refineries around here to really feed those into. That's the problem when you're playing a map with... Oh yeah, I was going to do all these fruit drops. I was going to sort these out properly, wasn't I? Can I bring them to... The food processing plant is here, right? It's going to be... No, I can do that. Can I? It's kind of too far, especially when there's a food plant already there. Ugh, why is this busted ass steam train? Alright, you turn around, go back to the station. No, there we go. Go back to the... Alright, everyone who uses this train, go back to the depot. I don't want this busted ass train anymore. Send to depot. This raggedy ass train network. Okay. God, this is done so badly. I hate when you buy shit from the AI and it just ends up being horrible. Put a depot here just to bring it back in time. Okay, well you're supposed to be going to the depot, but you're not. Okay, you're going to that one. Alright, get out of here. Get out of here, you raggedy ass trains. How long is that platform? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's too long, really. Oh, I'll deal with it. Okay, let's put some faster trains in. Yeah, it's fruit, isn't it? Fully load. And go to west. That will just be unloading. Great. Done. Are they even going to be on the right path? Probably not. No, they're fine. Great, cool. I'll build a little drop for this plant over here, which is producing a nice amount. Is that going to be okay? Steam Train in the desert is too hot, I know. And it's just like, oh, it's 1972, we have diesel, man. I'm missing the electric trains on this scenario, though. I'd love to have them. I only started playing this scenario like today, so I'm still not too familiar with it. I've only ever played really the classic. Only kind of dabbled with the other scenarios. I only know how to use path signals. I don't understand the other signals yet. They're all too complicated for me. Oh man, I could just about make the path signals work. Just about. Let's fully load and send them to... Where are they going? They're going to Sandtown West. Nope, I've done them. You are transferring. Great. Okay, let's send this food somewhere. So I can probably send it to Slading Head. I've got some platforms there, that's perfect. I'm gonna have to extend this stupid ass station that the AI built. Can I build across that, please? Yes. I don't plan on doing any road vehicles today, so I'm not that worried about crashing into that. I'm going to join these up. Let's level this mesa out. That oil well might be useful. It's too far. Gonna clear that? Just about. Oh, thank you for the sub, Ridwan. I appreciate that one. Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. The alerts always get me. They are so loud. We had a donation earlier and it made me shit my pants. Thank you for the sub. It's my first time doing open TTD on the channel. To be honest, I don't do very much with this YouTube channel. I'm just here every now and again. But thank you for stopping by. I definitely appreciate the view and you hanging out and subbing. Thank you so much. I'd love to do some more of this game at some point because I do love it and I play it a lot. I really do. Especially in the last 2 weeks. I've just like every couple months I just get back into it again, and then for the next month or so all I'm doing is just making little trains go around. Yeah, I'll see if I can do some more streams. I know I say it every time and then I don't for another 2 months, but I'll see if I can do some more streams in the coming months because I like doing them and I like hanging out. And like I'm doing this anyway, like I'd be sitting here playing this game anyway, so I might as well at least put it on the stream and get to chat to some people, maybe even learn something. Okie dokie, great. So this is now producing food. And we'll take the food to this accepts food, just about. Cool. Great. Food. That's 4, isn't it? Gonna have to wait for another drop from this. Ugh, I hate this system. These trains come in so slowly now thanks to the AI, and they're gonna be leaving stuff sitting there. Ugh. Why AI? Why? Oh well. How much is that gonna bring in? It's probably gonna be quite a good amount. 11,000, that's okay. Oh, no worries, Ridwan. Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, thank you so much for stopping by, man. I hope you have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Never been to Indonesia. Vibe, I'd love to go. I've only ever been to Hong Kong and, where else have I been? I've been to Hong Kong and I've been to Singapore. That's where I've been. In Asia. I'd love to go to more places. I just didn't have the chance. Unfortunately, COVID became a thing before I got the chance to do too much more traveling. Alright, let's add these rubber plants in. Yeah, I can make that work. I'll just have to make an ugly station. No, it's not letting me do what I want. We're doing alright. We're making almost 3 mil a year from my trains. That's pretty damn good. Just build signals. I do quite like the repetition of this game. It's a lot of doing the same things over and over again and just getting neater and tidier and more effective the more you do them. Oh, that's not the right place to put the station. That depot rather. I could have doubled up on those platforms. Oh well, can't be honest. Fruit. Hiccup. Okay, great, cool. That's more sweet fruit to add to my network. How's my oil system going? That's working alright. Goods are all being transported as well, that's great. They are actually being dropped, that's perfect. My fruit's being dropped off as well. Love it. Oh, everything's working. Love it. Love to see it. It's a shame that rubber's kind of going to waste. I haven't really got any factories near enough. Got some more fruit I could add in though. Is it worth transporting it to there? Guess so. I'm gonna have to build over this lake though. River or whatever it's called. I mean, there's no reason why I can't just do this. I have literally enough money, I can just do that. Oh look, that cost me £1 million. Who cares? I've reached Bezos level of opulence now. Oh yeah, this game is absolutely awesome. I would definitely recommend it. But like I said, it is a life ruiner. I don't know if you can get it on Switch. This would be quite fun to play on Switch. I know you can get it on Android. I had it on my when I had a Samsung. I had it on my Samsung, and I tried using a Bluetooth mouse with it. It kind of sort of worked, but it didn't really. Although I'm definitely holding out for the Steam Deck. I think that thing, if it's as good as they say it is, which it probably isn't, then it sounds absolutely rad. Like, I'd love to try that thing out. Imagine playing this on a Steam Deck, that would be insane. Well, even playing on the Switch, like, I've kind of, like... Yeah, it's definitely one of those games. I mean, I've been doing that on and off since I was, like, 5. So, this game's never quite gotten away from me. I've always been playing it. It's always got me. I know, I just like building trains. Yeah, we're building fruit, aren't we? Okay. I've kind of done this one back to front. Oh wow, doesn't matter. So that'll be transfer first, and then full load on the second one. Only 2, that's a really short journey. Great. Oh, I can get the Centennial, but it's more powerful, but it only goes 70 miles an hour, and considering our current trains go 70 miles an hour, and most of them are short, so it doesn't really need the extra power. Don't need that yet. The Gabe gear. Oh my god, that's fucking... I've not heard that before. That's hilarious. It does look pretty sick, though. I should probably get around to pre-ordering one, but it's annoying because the one I would want is the one with the SSD. That one's not coming out till way later, so I'm like, well, what's the point? I'll see if the first one comes out, and if it's any good, then afterwards I'll have a look at getting the SSD one. I'm very skeptical though, where they say we haven't found a single game that doesn't work on it yet, and I'm like, nah, that's definitely not true. Oh man, that fruit is going so far to get to the factory, it's ridiculous. And there's even more of it up here. Oh, they're not even productive, that's like not worth it. 54 and 18, that's totally not worth doing it. And you only just got a Switch before the new one was announced, bruh. Oh, that's so annoying. I'm waiting for the Soldier game handheld. That's where my loyalties lie. Key Soldier's got me being a customer for life, you know what I'm saying? What I don't like about the Switch is just the lack of just games for it. It's like, oh man, like one new original title every 2 years now, I'm alright. And it's like just the same shit all over and over again. It's like, nah, give me something else. How's my fruit? It's doing okay. It's coming in. Oh, that's got quite a steady load. These trains are coming in nice and quickly. Ooh, boy. It's a nice amount of cash. And... oh, they're loading in okay. I just hate how these are longer than these. Yeah, it seems like a really cool game. Like I said, I've never really got Zelda, but I just if they had more stuff, more like original, interesting stuff coming out on it, it would definitely catch me more. Give us a new Mario Kart. Give us a new Mario Kart game. Come on. Yeah, I never had a Wii U. But the only time I've ever seen a Wii U is at Gus's house, so I've never actually tried it. I don't know what it does. It's like I love that there were so many third-party titles for the Wii, and the GameCube could run so many other contemporary games, and that's what I'm missing from Nintendo. But then again, it's like I guess if you're like someone who's like grown up with Nintendo, then it makes more sense. I mean, I had a PlayStation when I was a kid, so. And I have to say, since getting into like having a proper PC, because I've only had a proper PC for like the last 2 years, which I bought with my KKB money and was the best purchase I've ever made. Like I'm like, oh, I can never go back. I can never go back to using console. Like I have a PS4, don't use it. And I'm annoyed because I wanted to play Hitman 2 the other day because I love that game. Actually, that'd be a fun game to stream. And I have Hitman 2 already on PS4, and I was like, I can't bring myself to drag the fucking PS4 out. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I was like, I'm not unplugging all my monitors to plug in this stupid piece of shit console with terrible graphics. I just bought Hitman 2 on PC. It was like £6. I'm like, I already own this fucking game. Same reason why I never finished Death Stranding, because I just don't like playing it on the PS4. And it's like, I don't want to pay 55 quid again to play it on the PC. Give me a break, Hideo. Bruh. I'm not adding those in, they don't produce enough. Not enough productivity. They're all way too far away. What are the other company doing? I haven't seen very much of them. Are they doing anything? Oh, they're doing alright. They've built some lorries. Are they mail trucks? Armored trucks. Ah, they're delivering diamonds. See, that makes no money. Like £500 a car. It's nothing. I got single trains that make like 30k a trip, bruh. Oh yeah, I've always liked the Hitman games, but the most recent ones they put out are really good. But yeah, I think I can't imagine there's a massive difference between Hitman 1, 2, and 3 of the most recent ones. And 2 was the one that I just had because it was on sale when I bought it, and oh, it's so good. I love it. Like I remember having like Hitman, the old Hitman 2 and Hitman Contracts and stuff like that on PS2 back in the day, and they are really great games. And I like the detail in the modern ones is insane. It's so good. And I love how much depth there is, and I've always liked the voice acting and the writing and just the stuff like that in those games. I like the detail and the fact they care about stuff like that, which so many places just ignore. I really love that. I had a lot of fun playing Hitman 2. Although even though it's got that stupid like Ubisoft always on shit or whatever, which is like awful, but you know, I can deal with it. Okie doke. I'm just scanning to see what else I can add. This town is growing, that one's got water. If I wanted to be really jammy, I could build some kind of passenger link between these two. Have I got... What have I got physics set to? Stations. It's on... Vehicles, physics, here we go. See, I've got plane speed set on the lowest setting. It's set to 1/4 and they're still too broken. Right, we're going to break the game here because we've got far enough. I'm now going to put 2 airports between my 2 biggest cities and put the fastest plane on there. And we're going to see how much it just breaks the game. I can't get the massive airports yet. I'll get the city airport. Okay, can I build 2 adjacent to each other? No, I can't. Alright. Okay, we're about to break the game. Alright, so you see how fast the trains move? Here is how fast a plane 20 times faster moves. Let's go. And they're so much cheaper, it's ridiculous. Like, how much do these planes cost? It's like the most expensive plane, and it costs £185,000, which is really nothing. When you think about a network of trains, it's so much more expensive than that. Alright, here we go. Oh, wait, have I even given them any directions? Oh, I have. Fully load. I mean, it's not like they're not going to be fully loaded constantly, because the airport will be popping immediately. Alright, so train goes at 70 miles an hour. It looks a bit like this. Here's how fast the plane going at 1,400 miles an hour goes. I can't even keep up with it. It's ridiculous. And here's a fully loaded plane coming in, I think. That one's empty. Hang on. 15,000 pounds in like a blink of an eye. Look how far it's already back. It's just ridiculous. Within 5 minutes, they've already earned back what I spent on them. It's insane. It is. Look how fast they go. Look, it would take ages to go between these two in a train, and just look how fast. This is why you don't use planes in this game, because it's not fair. It's just ridiculous how fast they go. So if we look at this plane has already made £30,000 this year, and it's only been in service for 5 minutes. They earn back what you spend on them in 1 year maximum. Oh, hello. What are you doing? They're building some passenger trains, not very good ones. The Chad plane versus the Virgin train. Now it's definitely the Chad train. It's like, I remember when I was a kid, all I used to do was play with the planes because I wasn't smart enough to make the trains work. And it's just like, where's the fun in that? Yeah, it is just a license to print money using the planes. And this is on full speed. Even at 1/4 speed, which is the lowest you can set it, it's still completely broken. That's why I have it set so the AI aren't allowed to build planes, because otherwise it's just, there's no point. Because then they would have an airport in literally every single town by this point, and they would have ungodly amounts of money. Like, if you want to, you can use trains to transport goods and stuff, and it's just so much quicker. Especially when you get to this point where I have £11 million, I can buy, like, hundreds of them. It just ceases to become any challenge at that point. Alright, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. It's been fun. I've been going for, like, what, 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours 20. Well, thank you everyone for joining me. I appreciate you being here. I'm sorry if Daniel's not back from getting his tacos. I hope you all have a really lovely evening. Thank you very much for hanging out. I'm sure I'll try and be back sometime soon. We can either do that football game that Pico was showing me, or we can do some Hitman, or we can even do some more Transport Tycoon. Well, thank you very much. I hope you have a good night. Cheers. Bye-bye. Thank you once again, Andrew, for your fucking awesome donation. I appreciate the lead. That's very much appreciated. I'm sure I will be spending that at Lidl buying some nice food. Oh, Daniel is back. Oh, you did send. I'll take a look at them. Well, thank you so much.
I'm finally getting the recognition that I have always given myself.
Oh, thank you, Rowan, for the donation.
Cheers for a good stream, James.
Oh, thank you, you absolute champion. Thank you. Unfortunately, you have to donate over £10 to get the damn son, where'd you find this? But you get Peggy Hill instead. Thank you, everyone. I'm off now. I'm going to go to bed. Night, gang. I got work tomorrow. Let me say it one more time. All right. I'm out. Bye, gang. Oh, those tacos look so good. I'm so jealous. Oh, and you got the plate as well with the rice and beans. Oh, man. Enjoy. Enjoy. Bye-bye, everyone.